We do not have a remote control for this Percy, so we are going to make a little conversion right here and follow the next steps. Let me show you. First, let's remove a single screw that holds the chassis on the back car to the battery compartment. There are just a couple wires, and we remove the screws underneath the Percy model. It's gonna take time, but I hope you guys could make it work at home. You can buy the remote control if you want, but this is from one of our subscribers. He sent us the model, and we agreed to make the conversion. So there is another screw under the chassis right here, and voila. So we have access to the circuit board and the radio circuit board, and you need to unscrew everything. Every single screw needs to be removed, including the one on the gearbox. So don't be afraid if you are about to make the conversion. Don't be afraid to unscrew everything. So you have this video as a sample how to get it back together, everything. So as you can see, I gotta remove everything, including the wires, so you don't need all those wires. So this little cover, it's the one holds the lever on the switch. We need to screw everything. From there you can see there's some connections on the switch. And I gotta remove the screws also on the gearbox. So again, it's gonna take you a little bit of time. So in my experience, it only took me 20 minutes to disassemble and rewire and solder everything back. But I think you probably is gonna take you maybe 30 to 50 minutes if you watch closely this video. So before you are going to proceed and make the work, watch it probably one or twice so you know what you're gonna do. So anyways, we're gonna remove these wires from this holder. I'm gonna call the holder wire holder that is attached on the side. I mean, it's built up on the side of the gearbox. So I'm trying to prepare everything, get it ready to remove with my solder iron tool. So please be very careful not to burn your fingers. So my solder iron is already hot and ready, and as you can see, I'm holding with a single hand and pulling at the same time the wires. It's very easy for me, and I hope you guys can, you know, also do it. It will be very easy too. Well, actually, as soon as you get some experience, you will be able to achieve really fast results. Okay, so we got the wires almost clear, and as you may remember at the beginning of the video, the battery contacts or battery terminals are in really terrible shape. That means there's a lot of corrosion, and we need to get rid of the spring battery contacts. Okay, we are almost done disassemble and removing the wires. Here's the last one, this brown one, the brown wire, you don't need it. You need to remove these wires with these attachments and everything, because you need a clear connection. You don't need all this stuff. That's only gonna reduce the speed of your motor, because we are gonna use, I'm planning to use 2 batteries only, not 3. So here's what I do. I used to use my flat screwdriver and trying to strain it up these little tabs on the battery terminal, and now I'm trying to push it in. You can use other tools if you have another ones, but I'm trying to make these videos as easy as possible. I'm trying to figure out that you probably have access to simple tools. You don't need a complex tools. Not everybody needs to buy or get expensive tools, just simple tools. So it's gonna be a little tricky sometimes. So once you are almost done, just with a push of the flat screwdrivers, you can see it pops out. Very easy, and it's satisfying doing this kind of work. So these battery terminals are not really good, so definitely we need to replace them. Let me show you right here how they look. Nope. Okay, now I gotta make a little hole right in the middle, because I want to use one of these single spring or single terminal for the battery, because the one it goes right here, it's a double terminal battery contact. So once we are done, let's put this back together. Try to see the molded image of the battery on the battery compartment, so you know how to put your terminals or the direction the battery should go. Excellent. Now don't forget to fold or bend like this, and the other two. So this will keep it in place. Okay, now here's the thing, we don't need the orange for now, the orange wires. We just need two, black and red. Black is negative and red positive. So I'm gonna prepare first my electric motor, a little bit of solder with flux, solder wire, and the negative, the darker color, I'm using the blue. It's going to be on the right side, and the green, the clear color, will be the positive, will be on the left side. So now let's put this together. So I'm trying to show you everything. It's going to look like a long video, but I think you need to see in a wide perspective or different views, ways to, trying to show you everything so you don't miss anything. Don't forget to put these wires right here. Okay, now as I say, the blue is the negative and the black one is negative wire 2. I'm trying to use whatever you have in hand, so you don't have to try to guess it. So just follow the colors I'm using, because you're using the same wires that you have in the same model. You don't need to use other wires. Now I'm trying to secure and solder these wires so they will have a good connection, no problem, because if you leave it just with the tape, it's at one point it will come off loose. Okay, now the next, I gotta solder the black and red wires to my battery compartment. Okay, I think we are ready to go. Now here's the problem. I find out that the negative wire is burned. See, I no longer can use this, so we gotta replace that one. And what I did is I get the old orange wire. I was supposed to put it in the trash, the garbage, but it's still working. I mean, it's clean. So I'm just gonna replace the black negative wire for the orange one. If you have replacement wires, you can put that you know, as with black wire if you want to, but I'm using this orange. Not everybody has access to wires. You don't need to buy wires, a roll of wires only for this work if you have a spare on the side. And anyways, this one came with the model and there's no big deal. Okay, now we are ready to solder. Again, the positive goes right here. Remember the direction of your batteries displayed on the battery compartment, so you know which is positive and which is negative. Now we know the orange is the negative, and we are good to do a little test and see if it works before we begin assemble everything. Now I'm going to put the two batteries. See, it's only 1 and 2 batteries. Well, that's good. So let's put the switch back in place. It's gonna be right here, right there. Now we need the lever that activates a switch on and off right here. There you go. Now the battery cover, the cover, this small cover that holds the wires and the switch in place. Excellent. Don't try to do it really hard, just gentle until you feel it's tight enough. Good. Now we run the wires where they were before. I always do a little test before the next step just to make sure I don't have to disassemble the entire model, and you should do the same if you want to proceed and then before the next step, because if you have something wrong you have the time to fix it before you assemble the entire model. So again, it's going to take you probably, if you don't have experience, it might take you between 30 to 40 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. But you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to have a lot of fun. Now, adding here a little bit of silicone or hot glue, trying to do kind of insulation on the terminals, on these exposed wires, exposed wires. And at the same time they will the glue will hold it in place, and it's a very good idea. If you have a hot glue, that's a good idea to do it. Okay, now let's put the Percy back together again. Let's continue. And as you can see, we are almost done. We are almost done with the project. This conversion, it's very easy, and you can do, I think, with almost every model if you don't have the remote. I'm pretty sure you have a lot of spare models laying around if you have. Now the weights, little weights right here, 1 and 2, 4. Now the wheels, and the next it's the little cover that holds the wheel right here. Okay, don't forget to put this little plastic that holds the wires in place on the back car by the battery compartment, and that's pretty much it. It's very simple, and for me it's easy, but I think it's gonna be easy for you too. Okay, now a little test. Well, that's working pretty neat. No remote needed. Alright, I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.